The most expensive motor oils on the market are built on ester chemistry. Motul 300V, the oil used by factory motorsport teams at Le Mans, is 100% ester-based stock. Redline motor oil, the product enthusiasts recommend when someone asks what a serious street car should run, is a high ester concentration synthetic. The premium positioning, the racing credentials, the price tag that sits well above the conventional synthetic shelf products, all of it signals that more ester equals more protection. If professional racing teams run maximum ester and the most serious street car owners run maximum ester, the logical conclusion is that more ester concentration in your oil means better engine protection. That conclusion is wrong for most of the vehicles watching this video right now. And the reason why is one of the most useful pieces of chemistry any daily driver can understand. The answer is not that ester-based oils are bad products. They are not. It is that ester chemistry was optimized for a specific application that most drivers are not in. And the property that makes ester exceptional in that application is the same property that creates a real limitation when that chemistry is applied to a street car with a 5,000 to 10,000 mile oil change interval. Understanding that property and understanding what Pennzoil figured out about achieving ester level protection through a completely different engineering path is the practical information behind the title of this video. Here is the short version first. Group 5 on the API base oil classification scale does not mean best. It means everything that is not groups 1 through 4. Group 4 is polyalpha olefin, a fully synthesized base stock built from ethylene through a chemical process. Group 5 is a catch-all for everything that does not fit the previous 4 categories: esters, polyalkylene glycols, silicone fluids, and other specialty materials that have no classification home anywhere else in the system. Calling an oil Group 5 is not a performance claim. It is a classification code that tells you what the base stock is made from, not how well it protects an engine. The marketing language around ester and Group 5 implies a performance hierarchy that the API classification system does not actually establish. Here is why any of this matters to you specifically, and what you are paying for when you buy a premium synthetic at today's prices. Motor oil at retail in 2026 is up 15 to 30% above 2025 pricing due to the Group 3 base oil shortage triggered by the Strait of Hormuz closure in February of 2026. That price increase affects the entire premium synthetic segment: Pennzoil, Amsoil, Redline, Motul. You are paying more for every category. In that environment, understanding whether the premium you are paying for a high ester formula is justified for your specific application is not a curiosity. It is the most directly useful oil chemistry knowledge you can have this year. Now here's the piece of chemistry that most people who buy premium motor oil have never had explained to them directly. Ester molecules are polar. That means they carry an uneven electrical charge across the molecule, positive on one end, negative on the other. That polarity is the source of everything people love about ester-based motor oils. Ester molecules are attracted to metal surfaces through electrostatic force, which means they cling to engine components even when the engine is off and the oil has drained back to the pan. When you start the engine in the morning, an ester-based oil provides immediate lubrication to the cylinder walls, valve train, and bearing surfaces before the oil pump has pressurized the full oil circuit. Most engine wear happens in the first few seconds after a cold start, when metal-to-metal contact occurs before a full oil film is established. Ester polarity directly addresses that window. It is a genuine, measurable advantage, not marketing language. But here is the part that does not make it onto the label. The same polar chemistry that causes ester molecules to cling to metal surfaces also causes them to attract water molecules. Esters are hygroscopic. They absorb moisture from the atmosphere over time. This happens slowly, it happens continuously, and it happens faster at higher concentrations of ester in the formula. In a racing environment where oil is changed every 1,000 to 3,000 miles, the moisture accumulation from the hygroscopic property never reaches a level that affects engine protection. The oil is drained and replaced before the water content becomes significant. That is the application ester chemistry was optimized for: frequent drain intervals under extreme operating conditions, where the polarity's film strength advantage is most relevant, and the hygroscopic limitation never has time to develop. In a street car where oil sits for months and is changed at 7,500 or 10,000 miles, the moisture accumulation in a high ester formula reaches levels that matter in ways it does not in a race car. Water in an engine oil combines with combustion byproducts under operating temperature to form acids. Those acids attack bearing surfaces, contribute to corrosion on cam lobes and journal surfaces, and degrade the additive package faster than the same oxidative processes would in a polyalpha olefin dominant formula under the same conditions. The high ester formula that shows exceptional wear metal results at 3,000 miles on a track car can show meaningfully more oxidation and moisture-driven acid formation at 7,500 miles in a daily driver than a polyalpha olefin-based formula would at the same interval. That is not a theory or a marketing counterclaim. That is the pattern documented by used oil analysis practitioners across thousands of oil samples submitted for independent laboratory testing. The industry's answer to this problem is the polyalpha olefin plus ester blend approach. Amsoil Signature Series, one of the most respected premium synthetics in the independent lubricants community, uses Group 4 polyalpha olefin as the dominant base stock and adds Group 5 ester components at a controlled concentration. The polyalpha olefin provides oxidative stability and consistent viscosity at high temperatures, characteristics that hold up well at extended drain intervals without the hygroscopic concern of a high ester formula. The controlled ester addition captures ester's startup lubrication benefit and natural detergency properties without loading the formula with enough ester to make moisture accumulation significant at street-use drain intervals. Amsoil markets. Signature Series with drain intervals of 25,000 miles or 1 year. That extended service life is achievable because polyalpha olefin's stability, not ester's reactivity, is the dominant characteristic of the formula. Pennzoil Ultra Platinum takes a third path entirely. It does not lead with polyalpha olefin, and it does not rely on ester concentration as its primary lubrication mechanism. Instead, it uses a technology called PurePlus, which converts natural gas directly into a synthetic base oil through a gas-to-liquids process. Natural gas does not carry the sulfur compounds, aromatic hydrocarbons, or other impurities that persist in petroleum-derived synthetics, even after aggressive refining. The base stock produced from natural gas through this process is extraordinarily pure, and it does not have the hygroscopic limitation of ester-dominated formulas. The inherent purity of the PurePlus base stock provides thermal stability and film strength characteristics that previously required either high polyalpha olefin concentration or significant ester content to approach. Pennzoil achieves comparable or superior protection at street-use drain intervals through a different engineering path, not by maximizing ester concentration, but by eliminating the impurities that made higher ester concentrations necessary in the first place. This is the technical backbone of the title question: less ester than Motul 300V. Less ester than Redline. The used oil analysis data from the independent lubricants community at Bob is the Oil Guy, a forum populated by petroleum engineers, chemists, and oil analysis practitioners with thousands of real-world test results, consistently shows Pennzoil Ultra Platinum delivering comparable wear metal results with better oxidative stability at the longer drain intervals that daily driver use actually involves. The community consensus is not that ester oils are bad. It is that ester-heavy formulas are optimized for short intervals under extreme conditions, and the daily driver who pays a significant premium for maximum ester concentration is paying for chemistry that was designed for an application they are not in. Here is a practical decision framework based on how you actually use your vehicle. If you track your car regularly and change oil every 1,500 to 3,000 miles, a high ester concentration synthetic is doing exactly what it was designed to do. The hygroscopic limitation is not relevant at those drain intervals. The polarity film strength advantage at extreme operating temperatures is directly relevant. Motul 300 Vi and Redline represent this application correctly. This is the right choice if the car sees sustained high RPM track use with oil changes matched to that use case. If you drive a daily driver or weekend car and change oil at 5,000 to 10,000 mile intervals, a polyalpha olefin plus ester blend or a PurePlus based synthetic is the better matched product for how your engine is actually being used. Amsoil Signature Series and Pennzoil Ultra Platinum both represent this approach, from different starting points. Amsoil leads with Group 4 polyalpha olefin stability and controlled ester addition. Pennzoil leads with PurePlus purity and does not rely primarily on ester chemistry at all. Both consistently outperform high ester formulas at those drain intervals in real-world used oil analysis data. If you have a high-mileage engine with any history of oil consumption or seeping from valve seals, the seal conditioning effect of ester content is actually beneficial. Ester molecules interact with rubber sealing materials in a way that helps restore some flexibility to seals that have hardened from years of thermal cycling. Amsoil's controlled ester blend and Redline's higher ester concentration both provide this benefit alongside their core lubrication chemistry. Pennzoil High Mileage Full Synthetic addresses the same seal conditioning need through a different additive chemistry path, if the ester approach is not the preferred route. If you have been running a high ester formula in a daily driver and questioning whether the price premium is justified at today's retail prices, the used oil analysis data from the independent community is clear. Pennzoil Ultra Platinum delivers comparable wear protection and better oxidative stability at street drain intervals at a lower price point than Redline. If the goal is the best engine protection per dollar at a 7,500 mile interval, the data supports Pennzoil Ultra Platinum over Redline in that application. Not because Redline is a bad product, but because it is excellent at something you are not asking it to do. If you are choosing between Amsoil Signature Series and Pennzoil Ultra Platinum, you are choosing between two legitimate high-quality synthetics with genuinely different engineering philosophies. Amsoil's polyalpha olefin plus ester blend delivers confirmed extended drain interval capability, backed by decades of used oil analysis data. Pennzoil Ultra Platinum's PurePlus base stock provides superior engine cleanliness and deposit control, which shows up as engine condition at high mileage in ways that where metal counts alone do not capture. Neither is the wrong choice. They are different engineering answers to the same question about how to protect a daily driver engine across hundreds of thousands of miles. The answer to the title question is not that ester is bad and less is always better. The answer is that ester chemistry is a precisely appropriate tool for a specific application, and the marketing around Group 5 oils implies a universal performance hierarchy that the application context does not support. The property that makes ester the first choice for a factory racing team, its molecular polarity and the film strength that polarity provides under extreme conditions, is the same property that makes it a second choice for the daily driver who changes oil twice a year. The polarity that clings to metal surfaces also attracts moisture over time. At short racing intervals, that trade-off never shows up. At street intervals, it does. Understanding the physics of why the same molecule can be the best choice in one application and a second choice in another is the most practical oil chemistry knowledge any daily driver can carry. The engine running correctly matched chemistry at the right drain interval will outlast the engine running maximum ester in the wrong application every time.